Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be breaking down the brand new season rewind cards coming tomorrow in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 18,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So, we have all these brand new season rewind cards coming tomorrow in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, and honestly, there's a good amount of cards here who look intriguing for one way or another. I assume we're going to see some of the best budget cards in the entire game in tomorrow's set, in addition to some pretty solid top tier options. And while I don't expect any of these cards to be top 2 at their position, so I don't think any of these guys are going to make the best team in the game, there's going to be a lot of good, deep content tomorrow. I would assume there will also be challenges to get a free diamond, or maybe even 2 free diamonds, as well as a free player from each of the lower tiers. So that'll be interesting as well to see. A lot of new cards dropping tomorrow. This is what, 30 cards total. So what, 14 from each conference, and then a 15th conference reward, I guess. 2 pink diamonds being Karl-Anthony Towns and Jaylen Brown, also pink diamond Desmond Bane and Joel Embiid, Diamond Keegan and Terry Rozier, and then breakout cards being Diamond Vassell, Anthony and Şengün, Diamond DiVincenzo, Bogdanovic, and Bam, and then the rest of these guys below should be pretty good budget options. At least a lot of them will be. I'm sure some of them will suck, but most of them will actually probably be somewhat viable in one form or another. I guess let's start with the pink diamonds, and let's just take a look at what a Karl-Anthony Towns and a Jaylen Brown are going to look like. So Jaylen Brown obviously has a diamond already. This diamond came out a couple months ago. I would expect the pink diamond to be significantly better than this. He will have better stats across the board, better badges across the board. I would assume much better playmaking and defensive ability. At the same time, unless we see animation changes tomorrow, I do expect that this card will probably be, at best, the 4th or 5th best shooting guard in the game, simply because his release isn't that great. So unless we see his release sped up or changed tomorrow, I just think the ceiling on this Jaylen Brown card is a little capped because of the fact that his release is not that great. Pro 2 Fade is awesome. Braun dribble style is pretty good. The rest of his SIGs don't look awesome. I actually don't know what behind the back he has, but overall, I mean, Jaylen Brown looks okay. I just don't think he looks amazing. I think he's going to be fine. I think he'll be pretty good. I don't think he'll be insane. Karl-Anthony Towns likely will be the better of the two in terms of the lock-ins tomorrow. I don't think either lock-in will actually be worth completing, but this Amethyst Cat that came out at the beginning of October is not even close to what the pink diamond would look like. The pink diamond will probably have like 88 speed, 95 3-ball, 95 standing, and 85 probably driving dunk. Defensively, I would assume his interior will be in the 90s. Perimeter stats will be in the low 80s. I don't expect him to be an incredible defender, but I think he'll be solid defensively and elite offensively in a lot of ways. Probably have a high enough ball handle to time reverse, decent playmaking badges. The question with him is going to be, does he get speed booster? How is his SIGs looking like? How is he going to move at the power forward position? Because at center, I think he's probably going to be a little undersized and a little questionable defensively to a certain extent, at least at times. His release is decent, but not insane. I think his better position will be power forward, and I do think he will be a very good power forward. Probably Anthony Davis, borderline Chet Holmgren level, but probably not quite as good as Chet, I would guess. So I don't know, 3rd or 4th best power forward in the game. Pretty good card, probably not unbelievable. Embiid is also interesting to me because I actually really liked Embiid in Season 2 when that first card first came out. And pink diamond Embiid will certainly be a lot better than this card as well. He'll have 80-something speed, 80-something 3-ball, 90 standing, and 85 or 80 driving dunk, something like that. He's already a very good interior defender. He'll be more versatile on the perimeter, and he'll be obviously a much better shooter, have more complete badges and stats, of course, all the way around. I don't love his release, but I also don't hate it. I do think it is actually semi-quick. Basic leaner is pretty good as well. SIGs aren't good, but that's okay. Embiid's not really there to put the ball on the floor a lot. I do believe, though, you're looking at a center in Embiid who will be at least Hakeem level, if not D-Rob Wemby level. Like, there is an argument if he gets really, really souped out, has like limitless range and some stuff like that, which I don't think he will, but if he were to be super souped, I could see him being the best center in the game. I think realistically he's probably 2nd or 3rd, but again, all 3 of these guys are going to be viable, like borderline top 5 at very worst options at their position. Should be really solid. Desmond Bane, the problem with Desmond Bane is simply that he's a little undersized at shooting guard. That's his biggest flaw, is that he's only, 6'5", short wingspan though at 6'4". I'm sure his stats and badges will be far, far better than this card. His release is pretty good. MJ dribble style is great. I don't know what behind the back he has, but he has John Wall's drag back as well, and normal fade. Like, this card should be a pretty good shot creator. I just wonder, I think with his release on normal, that's going to limit him a little bit. I think he'll be good. I don't think he'll be incredible. Keegan Murray, I really liked his Sapphire. So I will say his release is nice. His movement stinks, though. Basically, is still good, but his movement does suck. He'll be okay. Probably not great. I don't think he'll be good enough defensively to be great. Terry Rozier will be mid. Looking at the rest of the diamonds, the ones that jump off the page at me is at least intriguing. Devin Vassell could be okay. I think his release is pretty good on his Ruby card. I know he has a Ruby card Series 1, but I haven't really used this card. I don't know how great he will be. Hopefully, he's a pretty versatile card. He is only 6'5" at shooting guard, though, so meh. Anthony Simon should be a beast. He has a really, really good release. I really liked his Tournament Battles card. It was a shame the Pacers aren't, or the Trailblazers aren't good, so he literally only got one Evo, but he's fast. He's an elite slasher, and he has an awesome release. Defensively, I don't expect him to be great, but if he's okay, that's good enough for me. He has Steph Curry's escape. He has pretty good movement and a very nice release with normal fade, hyper athletic guard. I understand he's only 6'3", but I think he could be super fun. Şengün should be okay, but not great. I don't think he'll be awesome. You look at the Eastern Conference, other diamonds, and DiVincenzo will probably be pretty good at point guard. He should be a good defensive point guard. I don't know what his release looks like, but in previous years, it's been pretty good. No idea what it's like this year. But assuming that it's pretty good, Levine dribble style isn't terrible. Pro fade is meh. He should be, I mean, defensively, I expect he'll be pretty good, and that is valuable at the point guard position. He's 6'4", so he's got decent size. Like, he'll be pretty good, honestly. I think he'll be solid. And then I assume Bogdanović will be okay. Bam will be a beast at power forward. He's got a really good release, and he's going to be a great defender. The question is, how well will he be able to put the ball on the floor? What will he be able to do? But overall, I think he'll be really, really good. The Amethysts, like, I would say Trey Murphy, if he's got a good release, will be nice. Exum, if his base is the way that it used to be, will be really nice. Nurkic could be decent. I think his Ruby's okay-ish. I've seen people running his Ruby. I have never been impressed by the way his Ruby has played, but at least his Ruby can shoot the ball okay. If he's got better speed and he's a better defender, has anchor and stuff, that's a pretty good card depending on how juiced up he is. Julian Strawther might be a budget okay card. Cason Wallace will be a budget beast defensively. He'll be fun. Max Christie, same thing. Another budget beast defensively with a good release. Could be pretty solid. Trace Jackson Davis, if he can shoot, he'll be okay. If not, he'll be pretty mid. I doubt he'll be able to shoot that well. Miles Turner should be another budget beast center, able to shoot the ball and defend really, really well. So that's super valuable, especially on a guy with pretty good size. Kobe White will be fun offensively, not incredible. Sam Merrill, meh. His release isn't great. IQ has a good release. I didn't like his SIGs very much on his Sapphire. We'll have to wait and see if his Amethyst is better. Tyus Jones is small. Jalen Johnson will be a really good budget wing, good shooter, good defender, good slasher. Caleb Houston, probably same thing. He's big, athletic, and can shoot the ball pretty well at shooting guard. We'll see how he is defensively. Day'Ron Sharpe, kind of like Trace Jackson Davis. It depends on if they give him the ability to shoot or not, if he's any good. And then AJ Green is a sharpshooter. That's about it on him. I expect he'll be a great shooter with a great release, and that's about it. So, you look at all these cards, should be a lot of solid budget options, obviously, and I'll be breaking down all the cards tomorrow. Will the sets be worth locking in for Cat and JB? I mean, probably not realistically, but at the same time, I do expect they will be very solid and should have a lot of fun, interesting cards tomorrow. I like that there's a mix of all these different teams as well, because it gives everybody the opportunity to use cards from their favorite teams, which I think is a massive W. And if I'm not mistaken, I think every single team got a card. Is the way that this works. At least it looks that way, because I'm looking at this and I don't see any repeated teams. I might be missing one, but I think the way this works is every single team got a card, and then there's a capper from the Timberwolves and the Celtics, because the Timberwolves and Celtics didn't get cards. So every team getting a card. That's cool. Definitely will be fun to see tomorrow what these cards look like for real, but I'm sure they're going to be solid. So excited about tomorrow's content. You'll know I'll have tons of videos coming then. But that'll do it for this video. I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.